Please come.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
Good
Surya.
afternoon, sir.
Please
Good
sit down.
afternoon, sir.
Please.
Thank you, sir.
So we address you as Suramya.
Yes, sir.
Suramya, we'll begin with your brief introduction.
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Suramya Sharma. I was born and brought up in Vrindavan. I did my schooling from Mathura. Then I did computer science engineering from JIIT Noida. Since then, I have been preparing for civil services, sir. My interests include Odissi dance, interacting with women in local shelter homes, Vrindavan, and I like to do reflective journaling in my free time.
So Suramya, you have heard of the holy triangle and the golden triangle, whatever they use synonymously. Holy triangle after Ayodhya's consecration.
Yes, sir.
UP government has coined a new word, holy triangle. What are the places in holy triangle?
Yes, sir. Sir, I think these are the key pilgrimage places of Mathura, Varanasi and Ayodhya, which are associated with the Hindu faith. So, these are
You think Mathura is included in that? I think Prayagraj is one of the holy triangles.
Yes, sir. I might be wrong.
So
sir.
my question is the same. In actual holy triangle, they have not included Mathura. So don't you think it should be a holy quadrangle? If Ayodhya is Ram's birthplace, then Mathura is Krishna's birthplace. So is it not as important as Ayodhya? What do you say?
Yes, sir. Definitely. I'm sorry, I was wrong before. It should be like that, sir, because these four places are important from the religious point of view and key pilgrimage centers. So expanding the triangle to a quadrilateral, sir, it would be better as it would make the circuit more complete in that sense.
Correct. Uttar Pradesh, tell me Suramya, Uttar Pradesh is trying very hard to get investments. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me 2 or 3 reasons why investors should invest in Uttar Pradesh, and at least 2 reasons why they would not invest in Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir. So the 2-3 reasons why they must invest in Uttar Pradesh is because firstly, sir, Uttar Pradesh has a huge demographic dividend. We have a huge labor force, so that is one thing. So secondly, the government is making tremendous investments in the infrastructure. So like improvement of connectivity through various expressways and so the Triveni system, that is Vande Bharat and other trains. And thirdly, sir, the law and order has been improving in the state. So that is also one area. Sir, why they must not invest? Sir, I don't think they must not invest in Uttar Pradesh. Whatever reasons there have been, the state is trying to improve upon that. And sir, I would like them to still invest in Uttar Pradesh, sir.
Okay. Suramya, you have done some work on, you like interacting with the women local shelter home, but I am basically asking you, how has technology helped social and economic empowerment of women in India?
Yes, sir. So technology has helped women in all spheres of life. So in social sphere, they are more active on social media. They are more connected to the world than ever before. In economic sphere, sir, the SHGs are connecting with the potential markets through WhatsApp-like groups. So, for instance, in Pali district, Rajasthan, a woman SHG has come up. They are trading in custard apples. And thirdly, sir, I think for socio-economic development, technology has played a role through e-learning. So, through YouTube videos and other e-learning courses, women are finding a way for their development.
Twitter has stated today that the government has asked us to block the farmers' news related to farmers or social media contents. So you think if we see government's point of view, is it good? If you see right to speech point of view, is it bad?
Sir, from the government point of view, they can order the social media sites to take down certain material if they think it is if they think it does not promote the public harmony or the public order will get disrupted. So, but from the freedom of speech and expression point of view, every section of the society must have their say, and if it is not harming anyone directly, then there is no harm in putting forward those views on media.
So, Ramya, my last question. You have heard about Raisina dialogue?
Yes, sir.
What does it address? Like, it's been happening, this is the 7th or 9th edition. What is the purpose of Raisina dialogue?
So, through Raisina dialogue, foreign policy experts, the government representatives in that area come together and hold discussions on several issues of relevance from the foreign policy perspective, the global order that is emerging, also to discuss challenges that are present. And so it also provides countries like India to put forward their thinking towards a evolving global order. So in
today, the External Affairs Minister has raised certain geopolitical issues of India before the during Raisina dialogue. Can you recall what exactly he has stated and what he actually means? Have you read in detail?
Sir, I am currently able to recall two statements that Honorable Minister has made. So firstly, regarding India's Western policy towards the West. So they say that we are not anti-West, we are non-West. And so secondly, we have also condemned the civilian lives that are being lost in the Palestine region.
Well, maybe main issue which has been highlighted is that he says that multilateralism is not yielding much results for the world. And ultimately it is, you have to address your own concerns because, it doesn't pay off. It hasn't paid off for the last 5 years. So what exactly is he meaning by saying, making this statement?
So I think through this, the Honorable Minister aims to say that interests of each and every country are foremost, and if multilateralism serves that purpose, then it is good. But we must not align with certain policies completely.
Thank you, Suramya.
Thank you, sir.
Suramya, you are from UP. Okay. Now, suppose you are posted as district collector of Jhansi. Okay.
Yes.
And initially 2-3 days you are making your timetable, your itinerary schedule for the district Jhansi. What will be your priorities, 2, 3, 4 priorities as a district collector of Jhansi? You are fresh, completely fresh, you are going there and you have joined. So tell me your priorities for Jhansi district in UP. What you will do there?
So firstly, I would like to see what are the development projects that are already in progress in Jhansi and what could be done further to improve them. So secondly, for Jhansi especially, sir, I would see what employment opportunities can be created in the region. So as Jhansi is within the Bundelkhand region, so it has a great tourist potential if it is integrated with other adjacent districts like Banda, etc. So a tourist circuit based on heritage tourism, so that can be done. So thirdly, I would like to see what is the one district, one product of the region and build upon that, build export potential in that. So these would be my priorities.
Okay. Suramya, we say democracy is the best form of governance. Are there some demerits or disadvantages of democracy?
Yes, sir. Democracy also has its share of issues. So first would be the policy implementation and the policy continuity sometimes suffer because of frequent elections in a democracy. So secondly, there is also the issue of minorities who may sometimes feel that they are being sidelined. So that is one issue. And so I'm able to
Okay.
recall this.
Suramya, how much money has been kept in this year's interim budget for infrastructure development?
So I'm not able to remember the exact figure, but in the capex it is 11 lakh crores.
11 lakh.
Yes, sir.
11 lakh crore.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And my last question is about self-reliance. Atmanirbhar. In self-reliance sector, in defense sector, what are different wings or different departments where we are focusing much? You understand my question? Which are the departments or which are the areas in defense where we are focusing much for self-reliance?
Yes, sir.
It will include all three: Army, Navy and Air Force.
So firstly, I believe we are focusing on reducing the import dependence, so increasing the manufacturing of defense equipment. So this may include the rifles and in the Navy sector, so submarines and own aircraft carriers. So these are some things. So secondly, we are also focusing on research and development and integration of technology in the defense sector. So for instance, deep tech in defense sector startups. So that has been highlighted by the Honorable Minister in the budget speech. So these two things I am currently able to recall.
We are making rifles. We have started making rifles also in UP.
Yes, sir.
Where we are doing that?
So it is in the defense industrial corridor that is coming up. So I think Aligarh is one region and Chitrakoot.
In collaboration with Russia, we have started producing rifles, AK-203, Kalashnikov 203. We have started producing in collaboration with Russia. Where it is being, where is the factory? Where is being done?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I'll have to read more on it.
Okay. Thank you, Suramya. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Suramya,
Yes,
you are from Mathura.
yes.
So let me ask you this. Who is a better diplomat? Krishna or Hanuman? Whom will you rate as a better diplomat with the diplomatic skills that they displayed?
So I think it is very hard to choose one. Both Hanuman and Sri Krishna were diplomats in their respective areas. So, but I would go with Sri Krishna as he tried all the means that were present during the Mahabharat war of dialogue, diplomacy, and after that he resorted to the war that took place. So I would go with Sri Krishna in this case.
Suramya, again talking of Mathura, you know the problems of Mathura. Can you highlight the problems, and in 1 year, which of the problems would you like to address first? First year. You are given 1 year to solve the problem. So problems of Mathura that you can solve in 1 year.
So firstly, the problem of traffic congestion in the city is emerging, and because of that, tourist experience is not going good in the Mathura Vrindavan region. So I would like to work in this regard. So by creating better civic amenities, multi-level parkings in the region so that tourist experience can be smoothened. So secondly, the issue of pollution in the city. So solid and liquid waste pollution both in the city. So sustainable planning and collection, segregation of waste right from the hospitality sector and from the houses itself. So that would be one area that is achievable within 1 year. So these two areas are I like to work in this.
SURAMYA, you did some blockchain-based energy trading project.
Yes, sir.
What was it about?
So we created a blockchain-based energy trading project in which we utilized the Ethereum blockchain and the smart contract functionality in this. In this, we assume that there is a locality where there are houses present and they have their own renewable energy sources. So in case of any surplus or deficit, the houses can match with each other through smart contracts, and energy transfer can take place automatically, and the relevant transaction also takes place in the decentralized manner. So this was our...
This sounds like a good idea.
Yes, sir.
Good. How will you use blockchain to curb corruption?
So blockchain can be used to curb corruption, utilizing its transparent, immutable and decentralized character. So firstly, we can digitize the land records on blockchain so that there is no,
So digitization.
Yes, sir.
Number 2.
So number 2 would be marking the supply chains that are present. For instance, any resources that are coming to a district. So the tags can be put on these products, and through blockchain we can track where these products are going. So this can be done. And so thirdly, through blockchain we can also work in the area of health and education. So firstly, in the health sector we can promote e-pharmacy, etc. in a decentralized manner.
SURAMYA, one last question. Himalayas.
Yes, sir.
Importance of Himalayas and why we call Himalayas as fragile Himalayas. Why are Himalayas fragile?
So Himalayas are important in many ways, economic, climatic and strategic ways. So firstly, there are a lot of glaciers present. So the source of fresh water is present from the Himalayas coming to the plains. So secondly, the climate of India is influenced by the presence of Himalayas. So third would be the strategic presence. So it acts as a buffer. And so they are called fragile because the ecology is very sensitive to any outside force. And so because of global warming, there is issue of glacier melting, avalanches, etc., landslides and heavy rainfall. So these are the issues.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, good afternoon, SURAMYA.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, I would like to discuss on your optional subject geography.
Yes, sir.
So, why do we see high level of air pollution in North Indian cities as compared to South Indian cities?
So the first reason is continentality. So South Indian cities have closeness to the sea, so there is moderating effect of sea. So second would be the agricultural practices in northern India. In Punjab, Haryana regions, there is the practice of stubble burning. Because of that, pollution is accumulated in the region. So third would be the growing construction sector, the vehicular congestion. So that is contributing to air pollution.
Now, we talk about human development and we talk about economic development. So, if we compare economic development and human development has failed to keep pace with economic development in India.
Yes.
Why do you think is it so?
Sir, I think because the sectors like health and education have been lagging behind in India. There is no quality education present at some places in India. Also, sir, the health indicators like nutrition indicators, stunting and wasting in children, that are prominent. So secondly, the infrastructure related to it has not been present to that level in many states like UP. And So I'm able to remember this one.
SURAMYA, what's your opinion on the recent Supreme Court's decision on electoral bonds?
So I believe Supreme Court has taken the decision keeping in mind all the caveats that were present, and they have upheld the Constitution. So I go by the decision of Supreme Court in this regard. Sir.
Now, coming to Uniform Civil Code in Uttarakhand,
Yes, sir.
tell me two things which you like the most and two things which you think should have been better.
So first would be that they have brought a uniformity with respect to the personal laws and the practices like the divorces. There was iddat, halala and triple talaq practices which were not very conducive for women, that have been removed. So second would be the inheritance and succession provisions that are present that provide equal share to the daughters as well. So the provisions that I really like are so these, and also that the tribals have been kept out of this so that they can lead the traditional
Now, which you
way of.
did not like?
So I think the live-in relationship part that could have been more nuanced by having more public consultations with the people of those age groups. So as I have been reading in the newspaper reports, so it is said that the youngsters were not consulted properly. The elderly and the parents were more consulted in this regard. So yes.
Okay, can you highlight the role of India's diaspora in international relations?
So Indian diaspora is a permanent ambassador of India. So they are holding key strategic and political positions today across the world. So that puts India at a good position. So thirdly, they are also holding good positions economically in several IT sector or other industries. So that projects a positive image of India abroad. So these are the main.
Okay, SURAMYA, do you have any connection with Odisha?
No, sir.
Okay, then why Odissi dance?
So actually, when I was 7 to 8 years of age, my parents decided me to enroll in a dance class.
So,
I
what are
love
unique
dance.
features of Odissi dance?
So first would be that it is a temple dance. It originated as a temple dance. So secondly, it has a more lascivious aspect to it, and with that, sir, it also has a masculine aspect as it imitates the image of Lord Jagannath. And so thirdly, I really like the mudras and the whole repertoire that Odissi dance has.
And can you highlight any of latest achievements in India's badminton?
Yes, sir. So recently, the women team has qualified for Olympics as they have won the Badminton Asia Team Championship. So this is one.
Okay, and your reason
Right.
for coming into civil services?
So I wanted to join civil services. So I realized that people at the grassroots level still look at administrators with great hope. That the person will listen to them, will be approachable. And so I have been on that side of the table, and I really respect the position that a civil servant has and how much they can influence and they can have a positive impact on the lives of people. So that drew me to civil services, and that's why I'm inspired to join it.
Okay, and what is your plan B?
So I would really like to work in wherever field I am, in the field of women and child development. So as I have interacted with women, I have deep compassion for their cause.
Would you propose reservation for women in civil services?
No, sir. So because I think civil services is a merit-based system, and I think everyone should be provided an equal opportunity. So instead of that, the girls must be promoted at the school level, the college level, to come forward and join civil services.
So thank you, Suramya. I pass on to Chairman, sir.
Thank you.
So Ramya, tell us what are the things about Uniform Civil Code brought about by Uttarakhand that you like about, and what are the things which you did not like?
So firstly, I like the provisions of marriage, divorce and the succession that they have brought, and equanimity in that with respect to all religions. So secondly, that they have kept the tribal population out because they have their own way of life which is necessary for their preserving their ethnic identity. So as far as what I don't like, so I like every provision as it has been made by the members of the assembly. So, but I think some areas like the live-in relationship, as I mentioned, could have been better with respect to public consultations and so in that area.
So with public consultation also they would have reached some conclusion. What could be your conclusion? Suppose you are the public and they consult you. What would be your advice?
So I believe the provision that says that it is mandatory to register the live-in relationship, and rightly so, because if protection is demanded by any partner through it, it can be better provided. But sir, I think a provision of providing a personal stance to it, if a couple wants to register, they can register, and if they do not want to register, it must be
So
their
it should
choice.
not be mandatory, it should
Yes.
be optional.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. So Suramya, we have covered lot of areas from your DAF. Still, if you feel that something from your DAF has not been asked by us, you can let me know. I can ask one more last question.
No, sir. I think the
Has been
esteemed
covered?
panel has covered it.
All right. So Suramya, we close our interview. You
Yes.
will proceed to the next room. We'll call you again in few minutes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So Suramya, how have you done today?
Sir, so I think it was average, but could have been better at some places.
So what things you think you could improve now?
Sir, I think, sir, in the starting foreign policy questions, sir, that area. So I think in some questions that sir asked, I was very long in some of the answers. And sir, the last question, I was stuck in that area. I felt I was stuck in that.
Which one? The Uniform
Sir,
Civil
yes,
Code?
Yes, sir.
I think yeah, that was a very balanced answer.
Sir.
Very good. And the only thing is that you took too long a time to come to that conclusion. You know, you should have said, "Ki sir, the only thing which I am not, I'm not in favor, or my opinion is that instead of mandatory registration of live-in relations, it could be made optional."
Yes, sir.
Short and sweet.
Yes.
Decisive also. You know, घुमा फिरा के, by that time you are deciding what to decide. There's no harm in that also, because ultimately whatever is your final stand is more important.
Yes.
But if your final stand had been there, you could have been a little, shorter in your. It will convey two things. Number one, that you are not longish,
Yes, sir.
and number two, that you are very decisive. Like the points which you said in favor, you were decisive. You did not take much time. So that is one. So Suramya, we are very impressed with your overall personality in all spheres. Yes, there are some knowledge gaps. You mentioned one of them, which also reflects that you need to be, in touch with the current affairs. So this Raisina dialogue I began with. So you touch, the overall objective you touched very well. But if you had read it, in more detail, you would have been again very short about as to, it's basically geopolitical and geoeconomic issues.
Yes, sir. So,
Please. And regarding the point which I asked you about the EAM, so you covered something which was not so important, and multilateralism also, reason that you gave why he said this is also not on the dot. So basically what he meant was that you have so many multilateral bodies, UN is also there and everything, but nothing is coming out.
Yes.
And he was also hinting at the UNSC, that some people are, he made another statement that, in fact, one of the topics of IAS is, the decolonization of multilateral bodies.
Yes.
That means there are bigger powers who are controlling. So the EM hinted at the UNSC, Security Council reforms. So if you read, you could have, पढ़ लेना उसको.
Yes.
Other than that, Suramya, you were good in communications. You thought and then spoke. It was good. Though you were slow in your responses, but at least you spoke the correct thing. There's no harm, because ultimately what matters is your thoughts and your personality, which has come out as a very balanced and a very stable and a very, I would say, the matured thoughts, which are, I think, the requirements of a good civil servant. So you have come out in your personality very well. Knowledge you have to update. My last point for your improvement is, it's not that you will be asked this question only, but try to view things in a very unbiased manner. The question on UP, you defended UP. That there is nothing that which will not detract. You will see for yourself. They started with 40 lakh crores investment announcement. How much money will actually come? But that is not the issue today. The issue is that when you have mentioned the good points, which are very good, you must mention there are very many points. You said law and order is improving,
Yes.
but that doesn't mean that law and order has improved.
Yes.
You can't compare with Gujarat, where people leave their homes, they open their doors and sleep. That is the status. So I'm just giving an example. So law and order, sir, still the perception of the investors could still be, in the law and order issue. Then secondly, बाद में के किसी क्वेश्चन में आपने कहा अभी बुंदेलखंड है, ईस्टर्न यूपी है. You mentioned and acknowledged that they are underdeveloped. You link them with heritage tourism or not. Now, which investor would like to invest in Bundelkhand and Eastern UP? And the results have also shown that they have invested. The Western UP has got more investments. Central UP has got even more, and there's nothing. So that means investor. So, sir, there is a lack of infrastructure and underdevelopment in certain parts of UP where investors may not like to come. So that is another area why investors may not come. So you come out with a balanced approach. You are balanced in all other areas, but UP के लिए आपको थोड़ा उसका स्नेह और मोह आ गया कि मैं UP को क्रिटिसाइज नहीं करूँ. ऐसा मत करना. ठीक है ना? That's all from my side.
Yeah. Surami, you are a very good candidate. You have done very well. You have answered very well. Well structured answered, apt answers. A little bit detailing in all lectures. Some detailing is required. I mean, go too deep on your things. Your prioritization of the as per importance of the subject is also good. That is also good. Read a little bit in detail about defense industrial corridor in UP.
Yes.
Okay, so this is important for you. This rifle I was talking, that is in Amethi. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Amethi. So that is the other. But overall, I am very happy with your answers. Overall. Only thing is that a little bit more information will fetch you more marks. That's the only thing. You have done very well. I mean, I tell you, done very well. A little bit of deep diving into the subjects, whether it is geography or whether any other thing, specifying the things. You specify the things, the most important thing, the first, that is important for you. You are coming out with a number of things, but which is most important should be told number one, then number two, number three, something like that. That is there. So, idea is that you know everything, prioritization,
Yes, sir.
that is important. Okay, all the best.
Suramya, you were very good. I was very impressed with your performance. Good communication, good content, good analysis. Krishna versus Hanuman is very interesting debate.
Yes, sir.
When you go back, try and list out all those diplomatic skills of Krishna and Hanuman,
Yes, sir.
and then have a relook
Yes, sir.
at your reply. I am not saying what is wrong, what is right.
Yes, sir.
I want you to do it. Okay. Himalayas, you were good. Rest all, I think I don't have to say anything. Blockchain for curbing corruption. Direct benefit transfer is also using blockchain.
Yes, sir.
So you should have mentioned DBT as the tool. How much has already been paid through DBT? Lakhs and lakhs of crores.
Yes, sir.
So that is the amount. If you connect it with some old statement that 85% goes to some middleman and only 15 paisa remain, so you can see the amount of money that has been saved
Yes, sir.
because of DBT. So that is a rough indication of how much corruption has been stopped.
Yes, sir.
So remember that.
Yes, sir.
So wish you all the best. You are doing
Thank
very well.
So, Suramya, I share the same opinion, nothing new to add. Good personality, good communication. You were able to cover most of the areas. So, keep working on content, on the answer on why civil services, add more points,
Yes, sir.
and you can avoid mentioning about being on the other side of the table.
Yes, sir.
So,
Sir, should I avoid it?
yes, you have to
Yes,
avoid
sir.
it. So, what it signifies that someone might think that you are trying to gain sympathy also.
Okay.
So avoid the personal touch. You can use better words like public service, challenging career, and you can talk about diversity.
Yes, sir.
So these are the good points, and avoid the personal thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Otherwise, you have done well. So,
Thank you.
So, Suramya, any questions from your side?
No, sir.
Nothing?
Yes.
So, Suramya, we have given you 69% today. So, is this your first round in the interview? First UPSC interview?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First interview, sir.
You're doing very well, Suramya. And we are, basically we have liked your personality, and more marks are for your overall balanced, view. Few questions here and there, if you're not able to answer there also, it doesn't really make difference. But more important is that what do you say instead of whether you are saying or not.
Yes, sir.
But still, you should leave no room for any knowledge gaps.
Yes, sir.
All right? You'll do very well.
Sir,
All the-
just
Yeah.
one question, sir. Sir, was I taking very long pauses before answering? Sir, because I was
No,
consciously trying to take pause.
do that. That is preferred.
Yes, sir.
At least you are coming with the right answers and balanced answers. It's always good.
Yes.
You must, take time to think.
Yes.
And that is the reason why you came out with, very thoughtful expressions. So, आपको बस केवल अपने knowledge gaps को fill करना है, ठीक है ना? और बाकी you are perfect.
Yes.
So, wish you all the best. 6th March को है आपका.
Yes.
You'll do well.
Okay, all the best.
all the
All
best.
the best.
Thank you, sir.